I'm sure you're all wondering the same thing I am. What does a car have to do with belt tracking?
Actually, driving a car down the road is a good way to explain belt tracking.
How so?
Well, first things first. Just as a car needs the road to drive on, the belt needs its framework of rollers and pulleys. And, just like you want your car to stay on the road, you want your belt to track consistently. Hence, belt tracking.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just like there are rules of the road, there are rules to belt tracking. First and foremost, you need the conveyor structure to be true.
Okay, and what else?
Next, to prevent slippage, you want the belt tension to be just right. Not too tight, not too loose, and of course, cleanliness is essential to good belt tracking. Idlers and pulleys need to be clean.
That makes sense. A car can't drive on a road that's full of debris. Well, not well anyway.
Right. Once you have all that squared away, it's good to do a test run. First, start with a return run, working towards the tail pulley, following with the top run in the direction of belt travel. Do this with an empty belt first. Then you can check the tracking with a full load.
Everyone likes taking a car out for a test run, so why not do that with your belt?
Once you do your test run, then you can see if there are any adjustments that are needed. Make sure to adjust the same idler if the belt has overcorrected, instead of moving other idlers and rollers around.
Okay, anything else I need to know?
Yes, one last thing. The roll, or crown, needs to be approximately proportional to the length of the unsupported span of belt approaching the roll, up to a maximum of 10 feet apart, so the tracking will be effective.
Okay, so here's a good question. What can go wrong?
You're right, that is something we should discuss. Let's troubleshoot 4 main problems. The first one is, the whole conveyor belt is running to one side. The cause could be, one or more idlers are not at right angles compared to the direction the belt is traveling, or the conveyor frame or structure is crooked, or one or more idler stands is not centered under the belt, or it could be the idlers are sticking or there's a buildup of materials on them. And finally, the belt could run off the terminal pulley.
So what can be done to fix it?
Square the idlers, straighten what's crooked, clean it, and level the structure.
Well, that sounds easy enough. So what's the second problem that could go wrong?
Well, a whole section of the conveyor belt could run to one side because the belt wasn't joined squarely, or the belt is bowed.
Yikes. So obviously I need to square the ends and resplice it or add tension to the belt.
Right, you may need to replace the bowed belt, but try adding tension first.
Okay, got it. What's problem number 3?
The third thing that could happen is that a load could be placed on the belt off-center, or the frame is crooked, which would cause the belt to run to one side, or swerve around, so to speak.
Could I just try to straighten it?
You could, or you may need to adjust the chute and the way materials are loaded onto the belt so that they land in the center.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the 4th issue?
Well, because of stiffness or reasons explained in the last 2 problems, the belt could be erratic, not following a pattern, and we definitely wouldn't want that.
So what could be done about that?
You can try using self-aligning idlers, increase tension to the crowns, try a more flexible belt, try tilting the idlers forward no more than 2 degrees. And finally, correct the loading first, then see what else it needs.